Hi, I'm Denny McLain. Good morning. And we want to welcome Bob, Mike, and Dave. I just want to say hello. First of all, let me clear up one thing. No gangster ever stepped on my foot. Never, never, never. These stories and how they have kept their own perpetual life continue to just amaze me. None of it was true. None of it was close to being true. And it is what it is. But what actually happened was I got knocked out of a ball game. There's a runway between the field and the clubhouse, and I walked down that area, and I knocked out every light. And by the time I got to my locker, I had but pretty much beat up myself. And then when I got to my locker, I started kicking things in my locker, and lo and behold, I caught my foot on a wire that they covered and installed in every man's locker there to hang clothes up or dry stuff and things like that. Because back in those days, we didn't have all this equipment that they have today, nor did we have a half of the room they have today. So the bottom line simply was, that's how I heard it. No gangster. Do you really think about this now, do you really think a gangster would have wanted my celebrity at that time, the stories written about me every day? Do you really think a gangster would have gone that close to me to think that they were, they didn't need the publicity. Hell, I didn't either, but they were crazy. Anyway, I want to wish you guys a lot of fun in Phoenix when you get there, and just have a great time. There's nothing like spring training. It's a free-for-all for life, I've always called it. And there was no better time of year than spring training for me for 5 or 6 weeks. It was great. You were with your wife every day, your children every day, and it was just a whole bunch of fun. The other thing is, I see you're going to Phoenix. So do you live on the West Coast if, in fact, you're going to Phoenix? And do you guys ever get back to Detroit? By the way, Flat Rock, my roommate for a year or two was Fred Gladding, and he was from Flat Rock. He had the best stuff, by the way, I ever saw when he kept the ball down. The best. Nobody could hit him when he kept the ball down. The problem was Fred kept putting the ball up around the breast, and when you throw the ball around the breast in the big leagues, not very many good things happen unless they hit a line drive to a shortstop or a third base. And I'll give you a little update on our players right now. Daryl Patterson, who lives in Southern California, has got Alzheimer's, just awful. Donnie Wirt is in a hospital in Pennsylvania. He's got pneumonia. Willie Horton, about a few months ago, just had another back operation. I think that's his 6th operation. I think he's now permanently in a wheelchair. Mickey Lolich has had some serious scares with his health issues. What's his name? What the hell is his name? Our relief pitcher, what the hell is his name? John Hiller. John Hiller looks like he can pitch tomorrow, honest to God. And Mickey Stanley looks like he's ready to play today. So they've been very, very good. I've just got a bad leg. I got hit with 20 railroad ties. Believe it or not, 20. And by mistake, kid was on a high-low. I was on the wrong side of the railroad ties. And instead of going backwards with the ties, he went forward, stopped quickly, and here come the railroad ties, which I never saw coming. So I'm limping a little bit, if not a lot at times, and getting through life. But you know what? Going to be 80, so the railroad ties didn't kill me either. And our ball club this year is going to be crazy, just crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't see where they've improved themselves. Maybe there's some lightning in a bottle with a pitcher or two, because that's what we need. We need some lightning in a bottle. But with these rules, 4 innings, 5 innings, 100 pitches, 110 pitches, it's silly, just silly. Keep this in mind. The game doesn't start anymore until the 7th inning. Everything happens after the 5th or 6th inning, it seems now. So it is what it is, but You don't even have to tune in very early anymore. Just tune in about the sixth inning and you see the entire ball game. And where are they going to... Listen, the game has changed so much. Who the hell ever thought, what moron, and I know who it is, but I won't identify him, what moron puts a man on second base with nobody out in the 10th inning because you're in extra innings? What moron? They're talking about moving the mound back. What do you think it would do? We will have football scores if we move the mound back. That would be the most mortal of a sin that one could produce. You just begin to wonder. And I think about our manager, our players when we played, Bill Freehand and Mayo Smith and K-Line and McCullough and all those guys. And I think about Mayo, what he would have said had things like this happened so early in a ball game. I mean, there was one game I was pitching against the Baltimore Orioles, and they were 1 or 2 games behind us in late August. And lo and behold, the first batter I walked, second batter I hit that day, the third batter got on because of an error at third base. Bases loaded, nobody out, and here came Mayo Smith. Mayo, in his own crunchy little walk, came across, never stepped on the foul line, by the way. In fact, he even jumped over it most of the time. And we used to laugh because one day he was going to fall. So he come out to the mound. He says, "What the hell is wrong out here? What is going on?" And I said, "Geez, Mayo, you're watching a hell of a game if you're not watching. This is exciting." There were 55,000 people in the ballpark. Everybody was having a good time. Everybody was tense, especially me. And then Freehand walks out too, and Mayo keeps asking me, "Tell me, what's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter?" I said, "Nothing matter." I said, "I just haven't gotten loose yet. Leave me alone. I'll be fine. And if you got somebody better than me in the bullpen right now, bring him in. I'll just go sit down for the rest of the day." So he didn't. And he finally looked at Freehand, and he said to Bill, he said, after I told him, I said, "Talk to Freehand. Ask him what kind of stuff I have." So he looked at Bill and he said, "Bill, what kind of stuff does he have today?" Bill said, "How in the fuck would I know? I haven't caught anything yet." So that's what Bill was good for, straight lines. No, he was a great catcher. But listen, Bill, 12-time All-Star, and he's not in the Hall of Fame. Explain that to me. I'd sure like to have someone explain why a 12-time All-Star is not in the Hall of Fame, and we got guys with pimples on their face that do not get in the Hall of Fame because they hit 280, 290, or they played 25 years, for God's sakes. That's their job, to play 25 years if they can. That's the one I can't get over with, that somebody gets in the Hall of Fame because they played 22 years in a row or whatever the hell it was. That's the one I don't understand. Well, listen, I'll let you guys go. Have a great time in Phoenix. And if you get in Detroit, you can buy me dinner. We'll talk baseball and anything else. And if you know any women, send their phone numbers. I'm only kidding. My wife just passed away and things get a little lonely. Anyway, you guys take care. Have a great time. Stay safe. More than anything else in this society that we live in, an environment we live in today. Please stay safe. And please vote the right way. Please. Have a good day. Thank you, guys.